Okay, we're back on the Morning Brew. I'm Larry Aarons and moved over here to the couch. Real pleasure to welcome back to the program Stephanie Hainsfurther with ABQ Free Press. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Larry. Good to see you.
Thank you. You always bring us amazing guests, and you told me about this gentleman and the production of Omeletto.
That's right. I'd like to introduce Maestro Anthony Barrese.
Hello.
Who is not only the music conductor of Opera Southwest, but he's the one who reconstructed the opera Hamlet by Franco Faccio. Over 10 years? Did you take
11.
10 years to do it?
Well, I mean, yeah. Let's say 11.
You're not old enough to have worked on an opera for
I know,
11
right?
years, Anthony.
No, I am. Trust me.
The story of this is fascinating. You were sharing this with me. How did you get your hands on this and decide that you wanted to work on this?
Okay, well, we only have, I think, a couple minutes, so I'm going to try and really condense this. So the way an opera is written is usually the text is written first by someone that's called the librettist, and they write the libretto. And I had read in a book somewhere that this guy, Arrigo Boito, had written a libretto based on Hamlet. And Boito went on to become a very famous librettist, and he wrote texts for some very famous Verdi operas. But that's all I knew about the opera, and I couldn't find anything about it. And I started writing to different people, musicologists. Finally, I got a hold of the archives in Milan that house all the manuscripts of opera, and from like the 16th century, all the way on. And they had a microfilm of the composer's autograph manuscript. So this huge 900-page manuscript, and they had a microfilm, and they sent it to me, and I started photocopying pages off the manuscript. And I was in my mid-20s. I had nothing else to do, and I just started as sort of a project to kind of reconstruct this. And then little by little, note by note, I put it together, and then we had music that people could look at.
And here, 11 years later, you're ready to roll this out on the stage.
We are. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we did a preview concert in Baltimore with the Baltimore Concert Opera. That was just with piano and singers, and it was a great success there. The Washington Post raved about it, and then we are doing it here in Albuquerque with orchestra, with the staging, with costumes, with the whole shebang, everything.
So in its more complete form, this is a world premiere.
We're calling it the New World premiere, sort of a double entendre on the New World. The first time it's been in America, and also anybody who was associated with the last performance, which was in 1871, they're all dead. So.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, right. No, you missed it.
I missed it, but I heard it was great.
Yeah, well, no, it was sort of a disaster, and that's why no one's done it since then.
Is it true to the Shakespeare play?
It's very true. In fact, there's another Hamlet opera by a French composer, Thomas, which is very different, and he lives in the end, and it just changes a lot of the scenarios. The amazing thing about the Faccio and Boito Hamlet is that all the scenes that are in the all the famous scenes are still there. So, and even all the big speeches. So, to be or not to be is essere o non essere, and get thee to a nunnery is vatti monachella. All these iconic lines from the Shakespeare are in there, and also the situations are really, they're very much present.
Stephanie, go ahead.
Everybody dies.
Yes.
Everybody dies.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. They all die.
Yeah, they all die.
Yeah.
How did you get wind of this?
Oh, well, I'm a big opera fan. I went to my first opera when I was 15. It was Lucia de Lammermoor, and that was quite upsetting for a 15-year-old girl to see. She stabs her bridegroom and comes out covered with blood. And
yeah, that's
the
very
white peignoir, But I've always been interested in opera, and my good friend Mary Nunez is the publicity chair for Opera Southwest, and she's here in the studio too. And she does a wonderful job getting the word out. But this, of course, the word is out all over the world about this opera. We're going to have people coming to see it from Italy, I think.
Italy, Germany, England. The Financial Times of London's coming. We have a major. It's by far the biggest, press we've had.
Absolutely.
So who's starring in this?
So Hamlet is actually a New Mexico native named Alex Richardson. He's been with us before. Ophelia is a lady by the name of Ablalin Hamza, who was with us for Swan Angelica a couple of years ago. Claudius is a gentleman from New York City by the name of Shannon Devine. And the queen also lives in the New York area, and her name is Caroline Wara, and she's sang with New York City Opera, Detroit Opera. She's sung all over the place.
Now, only 3 performances.
3 performances.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And this is a rare opportunity to see something completely new.
Completely new.
While the story may not be new, the opera is.
Yeah.
and everybody dies, but there's great
Very
music
quickly.
in between.
Yes.
Okay, good.
There's even great music when they're dying. So.
Well, we can't ask for more than that now, can
Exactly.
we?
Yeah.
And they've said it, according to the director, David Bartholomew, they've said it in 1912. So it's during what he calls the Freudian era, because who's been analyzed more than Hamlet and probably, well, maybe his mother.
And them together.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, this is a breakthrough. It's got to feel good personally for you.
You know, it does. It
Anthony.
doesn't feel real yet. I mean, it's starting to, little by little. I think at 2 o'clock on October 26th, it will feel very real.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
3 performances here. Then what are you going to do with it after that?
Well, we have some other theaters that are interested. Everybody wants to see what it's like. You know, there's a lot of interest because next year is the Shakespeare. There's a centenary year. I don't know if it's birth or death, but
Yeah.
that's next year. And everybody's sort of waiting to see what this is like. So there's a lot of, no pressure.
No pressure. Let's see if Anthony came through. I'm delighted to meet you. And
Thank you.
the performances will be at the Hispanic Cultural Center. You've got the big theater for this.
Yes.
Sunday, October 26th at 2 p.m. Friday, Halloween at 7:30 p.m. And Sunday, November 2nd at 2 p.m.
I'm going to see it on the last performance.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
This is going to be
Can't
outstanding.
wait.
Anthony, I'm delighted to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And best wishes. I'm going to come and see this. This is going to
Great.
be incredible.
Oh, wonderful.
What a pleasure. Wow. Anthony Barrese from Opera Southwest. The new world premiere of Hamlet. You'll see it here. Stephanie, thank you, too.
Thank you, Larry.
Stephanie Hainsfurther
Thank you
from
very much.
ABQ Free Press. Hey, we'll be back. Got more on the Brew after this.